Hello YouTube, Gage here bringing you another By the Numbers video. And I got a special guest here today. Say hi, D. Say hi, D. Wave. Wave right here. Ah, ah, ah. Alright. Today's video, I believe we'll go over Jutice. And what I'm going to do in this video is kind of split up the sections a little differently now that level 50 is a thing. What I'm going to do is I'll go over the skills and then I'll go over the stats and I'll kind of group gear in there because there's stats at level 40. There will be different gear choices than at level 50. So I'll kind of go over the stats at level 50 on what I have and what gear you should look for. And yeah, and then I'll try to throw in some gameplay footage on where to use her and all that. Okay? Yeah, you tell him. He's the one that did all the math. All the math. So, here we go. Alright, let's take a look at Jutice's skills. One thing to note is Jutice is a mix of multiple characters. She combines the power of Kalito, Josephine, Arendelle, and even a defense breaker like Karen, all in one unit. So let's start with her basic attack. Pummels an enemy with a mace, dealing 110% of physical attack damage. Her first skill is Valiant Judgment. Pierces the ground with a mace, dealing 100% of physical attack damage to all nearby enemies. Decreases target's critical damage by 250% for 3 turns and reduces their action gauge by 500. This ability brings a new critical damage down to a unit. Plus, it kind of combines Josephine's action charge speed reduction, or action gauge, sorry. It doesn't actually reduce the speed, it reduces the gauge by 500. Her third ability, Guardian's Pledge, heaves a shield into the air, shielding friendly targets for 35% of her hit points for 3 turns, increases action charge speed by 65%. So what this does is is a watered down, well, a different version of Arendelle's shield. It shields all allies in range by 35% of her hit points, but it does not block debuffs and status effects like Arendelle's shield does. So you can still get debuffed even if you have the shield. But what it does do is it groups in Lito's Yell, his Triumph Roar, into the shield so it'll speed up all your other units. Her passive. Jutice's basic attacks reduce the target's defense by 80% for 2 turns. So on her basic attack, you're going to debuff the defense of whatever you're attacking. All in all, a great set of skills. Alright, so going over item stats. As I said earlier, I'm going to split this up into a level 40 version and a level 50 version. That's why I'm going through this a little quicker, is so that this video isn't like 30 minutes long. So as far as stats go, she is equivalent to Arendelle and Edgar on almost all her stats except for action charge speed. Her hit points is 4275, physical attack 798, defense 827, jump is 160, and her movement range is typical for a tank. It is the same as the others as well. Physical damage immunity rate and magic damage immunity rate. She has the typical layout for a Nat 5 tank, where she will take reduced damage from physical attacks, but she takes increased damage from magic attacks. So if you're trying to kill a Jutice, use your Fire Elden. Most people run Fire Elden nowadays. So dodge rate, 0. That is the same. Block rate is a built-in 15% chance, which gives her a little bit of an edge over Arendelle. Arendelle only has a 12% block rate. As far as everything else, it is 0, which is Alright, so now gearing at level 40. Oh wait, no, I missed it. So the only thing different is action charge speed. With her skill set, her Guardian Pledge increases the action charge speed of all units it hits and comes in contact with. You want her build her as fast as possible, which her action charge speed at level 40 helps that. She is the fastest tank out of the Nat 5 tanks. She has 230. The closest one to it, yeah, Edgar. Fire Edgar has 226. And then Light Arendelle comes in at 227. So she is the fastest tank. You'll have a little bit of an easier time by 3 points getting her to be the fastest. She's going to be geared very similar to Kalito. As far as in my team, I sacrificed the level 40 gearing to give her double action charge speed tank accessories, the way that I had geared Kalito previously. And I'll flash them up here on the screen as I can. The other option to build her is to build her tanky to give her as much hit points as possible, so the hit point part of her shield is more effective. In my opinion, that is not optimal gearing. You want the double action charge speed tank accessories on her. The headdress, though, is viable the same way that you gear Aaron, same way that you gear any tank that you want to be bulky and take hits. So, level 40, optimal hit point wise, is the headdress with the 2100, 2170, I think it is, hit points. But optimal action charge speed gearing is the double action charge speed percent based hit points tank brooch. You can also put the defense necklace with double action charge speed on her, one piece, don't ever go over one. Now, at level 50% is better for her again. So if you did do the double action charge speed tank accessories, you're actually getting more hit point value out of those anyway now. So at level 40, 30% hit points will give you 1283 hit points. So the 2170 is better. But at level 50, the percent hit points will give 2565, which is 400 more than the flat hit point accessory. When does that become better? So at level 47, you'll have 7268 hit points. 30% of that is 2180. So at level 47 is when percent hit point accessories become better. Now, as far as defense, if you're wanting to increase her defense, at level 40, the flat defense accessories are better, if that's what you're going for instead of action charge speed. But at level 41, percent defense becomes better again. So if you're running the double action charge speed accessories, at level 41, you can swap over to 1 defense percentage, 30% defense percentage accessory, as long as that has double action charge speed. You're not going to go wrong with going ahead and putting a percent on there, especially if you're awakening her and trying to push that level cap up. If you can get her to 47, great. Got a very strong Jutice. Alright, so where can Jutice be used? The quick answer is everywhere. My favorite place to use her is in Rune 7, which you'll see on the screen here while I'm autoing it and talking. She's just really, really strong. Any place that she's stronger than Arendelle and Kalito. She's now the best tank, hands down. Yes, the other tanks have some things on her. Kalito brings the attack break, and Arendelle's shield provides an immunity to debuffs, which would theoretically help in Rune 7, but only on the first wave. And I don't know anybody that actually wipes on the first wave of Rune 7, unless they're just not ready for it at all. Labyrinth, she's really strong in. The Lichen boss. The Lichen boss can be debuffed, especially the critical damage part of it is really strong if you can save it, because you can either, 1, reduce and survive through claw swipes, or 2, you can use the critical damage AE to knock Lycan out of stealth as well as applying the debuff to him. So he's really strong in the world boss, really strong in World 7, Rune 7, and Labyrinth. She can pretty much take the place of Arendelle or Kalido, either one, throughout Labyrinth. So would I recommend getting her and awakening her as much as possible? Yes. If you have a choice, since she's so hard to get, if you can get 6 of them, don't use them for skill ups. Use them to awaken her, and use the Dark and Yangs to skill her up, because she's really hard to come by. Now, I did the opposite. I was in such a rush to get her and get her max skilled to test her that I ended up using her dupes to skill her up, and it was a mistake because now I'm having a hard time pulling. I've used all my free garnets and everything. I've done about 18 step-ups, and my light one is max skilled, and I've only pulled 1 additional Jutice to awaken her to 42. So definitely get her, and any dupes you get, awaken. Now, as far as which element's better, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Pick team synergy over a niche thing. Like, a lot of people picked fire because of the Lycan boss. Lycan boss will go away. The next boss could potentially, be water. It could be the Water Martin. They could bring him back. We don't know. So I wouldn't pick based on a particular raid boss that you're wanting to. Pick based on your team and what your strongest units are and what they're going to synergize with. And you'll be a lot happier in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and continue this run. You guys have seen Rune 7 comps before, so I don't need to let it completely finish. And now I will note that with as heavy support I'm running, this team comp is really slow, but it's 100% success rate. As long as Bagnu doesn't freeze it up, because they haven't fixed him yet. But yeah. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you liked the video, and thanks for watching.